board for Wednesday, January 19th, 2022. Let the record reflect that all board members are present tonight. Our general manager is not with us tonight, and the meeting was properly advertised. Please stand for Pledge of Allegiance tonight.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, first item tonight is the approval of our minutes from January 5th, 2022 meeting. Everyone had a chance to review those minutes, and if so, any corrections or questions? Not, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
I make a motion we approve the minutes for January the 5th, 2021.
Second that motion.
It's just for the notice, January 5th, 2022, correct?
Yep, that's,
Okay.
I was going to mention that
Oh,
too.
22, yeah.
We're all still a little bit in last year, but
That's what was on there, yep.
Finding a check, right?
motion made by Bill, seconded by Jim to approve the minutes from January 5th, 2022. Any additional discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, next item is an action item as well. It's the 2022 electrical conduit installation, and John Leitner from BF&S is here and will enlighten us. Hey, John.
Gonna do my best Jeff Greeno impression.
Here you go.
I'm just glad I don't have to follow Ryan. I get to go first.
Yeah, we all are.
Tough act to follow. So for the 2022 electrical conduit installation RFP, we would like to request authorization to advertise for that RFP. The purpose of this RFP is to obtain a list of pre-approved contractors who can install electrical conduit, sometimes utilizing a trenchless installation methods, for the electric department to be able to then come in and pull wire through and finish off the electrical connections. We have set this RFP up so that we can accept proposals and award to multiple vendors if we can get multiple bidders. We anticipate a large number of development projects coming along in 2022 and beyond, and our standard operating procedure prior to this RFP would be to individually bid the conduit installation for each project. That process is slow, and it kind of threatens to act as a bottleneck, which could slow up development as we're going through. This new process will hopefully allow us to have these vetted contractors on a pre-approved list with set pricing rates ready to do the work. So I guess in summary, we'd like to request authorization to advertise the 2022 electrical conduit installation RFP.
All right, thank you, John. Any questions for John on this advertisement request? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
I move to approve the new advertisement RFP for the electrical conduit installation project or projects.
I second that motion.
Motion by Tim, seconded by Jim to approve the new advertisement RFP for the electrical conduit installation project. Additional questions, discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you, John. We are going to amend the agenda here slightly and add an item here between 4 and 5. Item 5 is the 2022 tree trimming action item, and we need to have an action item involving the tree trimming prior to item 5. So John or Jeff, is that something that?
Yeah, I can go ahead. So our first request, which I guess is an amended request in regard to the electric system tree trimming RFP, is to go ahead and formally reject all the bids that were received on December 1st, 2021. In December, we actually received only one bid after we had properly advertised, and the bid prices in that bid came in significantly higher than what we have in our budget and what would have been currently being paid by the electric department.
Okay, so we need a formal motion to reject the tree trimming bids that we received in December of '21.
Correct.
Someone want to make that motion?
I make a motion that we formally reject the bid of 12/5/21 for the tree trimming.
Second.
Motion made by Bill, seconded by Tim to reject the bids received in December of '21 for tree trimming. Any additional questions or discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you, board, and now we'll jump back to John for the 2022 tree trimming request to advertise.
So that's our second request then on this is to go ahead and be authorized to re-advertise for the RFP. We've made some slight modifications and also feel that the timing of the bid being after the first of the year rather than during the holidays will hopefully help kind of garner some more competitive bids and get better pricing. So I guess the formal request would be to authorize the re-advertisement of the electric system tree trimming RFP.
All right, if there aren't any questions for John or discussion on the tree trimming, I'll entertain a motion to re-advertise for these bids.
I move to approve the request to advertise the new electric system tree trimming RFP.
Second.
A motion by Tim, seconded by Aaron to approve the request to advertise the new electric system tree trimming RFP. Any additional discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Late aye, sorry.
Aye for? Okay, thank you, John, for
Thank you.
helping out, yep. Next item is also an action item tonight, and it is the 2022 Water CIP update. Our water manager, Ryan Eidinger, is here tonight. Hey, Ryan.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for your time. This request is to allow the Water Department to update our current water capital improvement plan. It was last updated and it was created in 2018, updated in 2020, and is due to be updated now in 2022. So we'd like to kind of get the ball rolling on that. And this will allow BF&S to help us with that process. They were with us in 2018, did a lot of work with us in developing this, and then also the update in 2020. This also includes hazard rankings for the entire water system, both water treatment plants, any water storage we have, and all the water distribution, the lines, hydrants, all that encompasses that. A few things on the rankings from 2018 that we were able to improve on. We had a raw water line from the Sugar Creek Wellfield break as ranked number 2 in our hazard rankings, and with the new raw water loop that was installed and the new valving that was installed, having 2 feed lines to the plant and the generator that was installed, we were able to take that from number 2, highest rank, our highest hazard, all the way down to number 38. So we still acknowledge that, you can never say never, but with some due diligence, some redundancy, and some planning and some improvements, we were able to improve that and make it much less of a concern. And that wouldn't have been done without the data before that to know when we were doing a project at Sugar Creek Water Plant to include the raw water line in that because of that hazard ranking. If that raw water line would have been, number 40 in our hazard ranking, and we may not have at that time had to include that or felt like we needed to. So that does help us in that decision-making process. And it's also is to update our capital plans, and that's in coordination with the city's master plan, so we can make sure that we are improving our infrastructure at a time needed, not too soon to where we put water lines in an area that may or may not be developed, but also not too late to where we need to get water somewhere and the housing development can't get it, but they have houses built. So, or a part of the business park, we can't give them water. So that's one thing we also do with this. We have meetings with the city and make sure that this kind of coincides with what their plans are, what they see, in order to make sure that we spend our money correctly and make sure that we're not the reason that growth is not occurring where it needs to occur. We want to help facilitate that. We don't want to hinder that process at all. So my request is for $15,000 for BFNS to help us with this, and this would be to help our summary tables, some meetings with staff, meetings with the city, update the plans, the emergency plans, and also kind of a schematic representation of the plan so we can present a final copy to the board and have that available for our future planning. And this is also a budgeted item that we budgeted for in our budget discussions. So I have the opportunity, John Leitner's here obviously with BFNS. He can switch his hat back from electric to water. I think he's a little more comfortable in his water hat than he is electric. So any questions that the board might have, I'd be happy to try to answer.
I say, Ron, I have the opinion there that, well, it appears to me that Lebanon Utilities and the city are really working well together to plan that the communication between the city and the utility department is as good as it's ever been, and that it benefits us. Is that an accurate observation?
Yeah, absolutely. We have regular coordination meetings with them, just giving project updates. They helps them update their timeline and our timeline, and sometimes that timeline is always fluid. But as we see things that move to the top of their list, we're able to adjust accordingly, and vice versa. Just like the Abner Longley water storage tank, they were involved in that to make sure that it would serve our current customers, but also sized properly and had everything that we need for any future growth. And after that was kind of decided is when some growth discussion occurred in that area, but that decision had been made before any growth had been announced in that area or considered. So it is vital that we have cooperation on both sides, and it's been fantastic since I've been in this role, and it's getting better. And they're included in all of our meetings. We're included in all of theirs. Everything's very open, and the communication's very accurate and timely, and so it's been a great relationship.
That's a good point, Aaron, and thanks for reiterating that, Ryan. That is important that we work with the city closely, and I think we've done a good job. And appreciate all their help as well. Any other questions for Ryan before we entertain a motion to approve the CIP? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve the agreement with BFNS to update the 2022 Water Capital Improvement Plan for an amount not to exceed $15,000.
Second. Motion made by Jim, seconded by Tim to approve the agreement with BFNS to update the 2022 Water Capital Improvement Plan, CIP, for an amount not to exceed $15,000. Additional discussion, questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Right, thank you, Ryan. Easy night at the podium.
I appreciate that. Thanks, everybody.
Next item is the approval of our claims, payrolls, and transfer. It's an action item. Everyone had a chance to review. Any questions, discussion on these items? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve claims, payroll transfers dated January the 19th, 2022, in the amount of $2,065,641.31. For claims and payroll, $2,650 for transfers.
Second.
Motion made by Bill, seconded by Aaron to approve the claims, payrolls, and transfers as stated. Additional questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, our general manager is unable to be with us tonight, but does anyone else have any other business for the board? Or any public comment tonight? Doesn't sound like that's the case, so our next meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, the 9th of February, 2022, 5 p.m. Anything else, board?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Tim, seconded by Jim to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we'll stand adjourned. Thank you, everyone.